Insecurity. He has an aggressive stance on terrorism.
Right.
Now, she got more aggressive as the day went on yesterday.
Right, I heard that. She wants to vet these guys really strongly.
Right, yeah, yesterday, yeah.
She didn't say extreme vetting.
Right. On immigration, I like restricting till we know who they are. I believe in that, okay? And the never Trumps keep talking about more immigration, okay? On the military, now he'll have to tell us how he's going to pay for it, but he wants to rebuild it and modernize. It's unclear what her position is on the military. So I don't, have you got that chart up there?
No.
Okay, now we go to education. How can never Trumps, who have fought night and day for choice, dump on him when he's out there pushing choice in a speech in Cleveland? He wants to have school choice. They are totally beholden to the unions. The unions run the K through 12 in the United States of America, and Hillary Clinton is more for that position. And that's not mean I don't like her. That's her position.
Can we just go back to, I just have a security question for you, and it's not so much on the security so much as the spending related to security, which is to say, you talked about Jimmy Carter, you talked about Ronald Reagan. Not only did taxes come down during that period, but one of the things that often gets left out of the equation is just how much money the government spent on defense at the time. Now, you could argue ideologically it was important to spend that money on defense, but it also meant big government spending programs.
I have a hope that a businessman like Trump can go into that vast bureaucracy all through both defense and all over the government and cut it. I believe Ronald Reagan couldn't do that. He was a politician. Politicians won't cut anything. I have a hope. Now he's talking 1%. You could do 1% from a rocking chair in that government. If you can't get 5 and 7 and 8% out of that big fat bureaucracy, then you shouldn't have a job. Okay, so I mean, Donald Trump can get, he's taking 1%. Let's go on, if I can just wrap this up and get through it. And we can get back to it anytime. Okay. So choice, I mean, the never Trumpers have been after choice from day one, and they're getting it. Unions, I don't want. Entitlements, Medicare, he wants no change. She wants eligibility at 55.
Right.
Obamacare, he wants to repeal, reform it, and get a plan. The public option, that's where they're driving this thing.
Right.
And you talk about government spending, you get the public option.
From day one.
And then away you go. Now they just go to appointments. The cabinet is critical. We'll get Scalia views. He's put out his 11 people. We'll get Ginsburg views. I don't want Ginsburg views. I don't like Mrs. Ginsburg's views. Right. I don't have anything against Mrs. Ginsburg, but her views are not mine. The cabinet will get a fresh, broad experience. We might get some guys that scare you, might be a little flamboyant. We know who we'll get. We'll get the Sid Blumenfelds of the world coming pouring back in, the cronies. They'll come climbing back into the old Clinton cronies. And then in regulatory, we'll get reformers. In her place, we'll get hyper-regulators. How can any business person, either CEO to employee, possibly want the right-hand side of these columns? We want jobs. We want prosperity for all. We want a guy who goes to black churches. We want a guy who supports women's health. We want this. We're getting it with this guy.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.